Welcome to the RoCC Management Insights, the videocast interview series of the profile unit responsible corporate competitiveness of the University of St.Gallen. I'm Katharina Klöckner and I'm here today with Martin Eppler. He is Professor of Media and Communication Management of the Institute of Media and Communication, where he is Managing Director as well. And his focus of research is knowledge communication, knowledge management and knowledge visualization. And today we are here to talk about the topic knowledge visualization. Martin Eppler, I'm very happy that you are here today with us to talk about your research.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And perhaps let's start with a question of your key research, or let's start with the question, what is your definition of knowledge visualization and why is it important for managers?
Okay, well, to keep things simple, knowledge visualization is about making things visible that people have in their heads, usually managers, but also experts and specialists. So it's not about mental visualization, but really tangible visualization, graphic representations that help you to make decisions. Through diagrams, through maps, through charts, much like we see it here on the screen. Managers interacting with each other with the help of graphics. And you know, it's ironic that we have all this technology, but when you look how managers are running meetings these days, it's the same as it has been for the last 20 years. And that's a shame, because through visualization, through images, they can really improve the productivity of their meetings. And we've been able to show that also experimentally.
Yeah, that's very interesting. What would you say is your key insight in your research? The so-called aha.
One of the key insights that we've got from our experiments with real-life managers, now more than 300 of them, is that when they work with visuals, such as visual metaphors, like the one we see here, they are much better at sharing what they know. For example, here we had a group of managers exchanging their experiences in what can go wrong in implementing a strategy. They worked with the simple visual metaphor of an iceberg. And those groups that worked with this simple visual metaphor were much better able to integrate their experiences than those that work with a flip chart, with PowerPoint, or with another kind of support. So the aha insight we got is metaphors, visual metaphors, really help in getting insights integrated and explicit, and also the knowledge gain and the memorability of these insights is much greater when they're shared through the help of interactive visualization. So use pictures.
Okay, I can imagine this is much more captive then.
Exactly.
Right. Because of your application or the application of your research or of your central idea, what or how could managers work with it in their daily businesses?
Yes, Monday morning. What can they do?
Right.
A simple way is to transform the visualizations they already have into visual metaphors. What we see here, for example, is a so-called strategy map, a balanced scorecard diagram that for one company we've transformed into a tree, and through that we're able to really get the points, the central points of the balanced scorecard across more effectively, not just to managers but to all employees. The interdependencies among the four perspectives were much clearer when mapped onto a visual metaphor. And I would also invite managers to try out new tools. Not always have this Pavlovian reflex, I have something to say, thus I produce a PowerPoint slide. No, there are many great tools out there for managers to use. They're simple, and with them you can really, in real time, visualize your ideas, visualize your knowledge. What I've put together in this radar chart are just some of the tools, and on visualliteracy.org we give managers an interactive overview on these tools. And some of them are freeware, most of them are very affordable, and what most managers know are mind mapping tools, but I don't think they're the most effective ones. You need more versatile tools that can really capture the complexity of managerial decision making.
I see. But are there companies which cannot work with these tools, or are there companies who can work with it very well?
That's a great question. Yeah, I think from our experience, most companies can benefit from knowledge visualization. However, there are situations when you want to get things in writing. let's say when you're preparing a contract or in some legal contexts. Also, sometimes very emotional discussions are better not visualized, but held face to face. But besides that, I think for most companies, in most contexts, visualization is a great tool. And many of the Fortune 500 companies, many of the large corporations in Europe are already using that. Unfortunately, not at the scale at which we would hope it. So it's an innovation that still needs some time to really be accepted in the managerial practice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's come finally to the question of your research. Which research have you conducted in this field, and why are you sure that your results are valid?
Right. That's, of course, the first question that we ask ourselves as researchers. How can we make a rigorous and relevant contribution to this field? And what we've done is we've conducted a series of experiments using real-life managers, experienced middle and upper managers, and we've put them into groups where some groups worked with visualization, the ones you've just seen, visual metaphors and diagrams, and the others worked in a regular meeting context. And we've given them tasks such as exchanging experiences, coming up with new ideas, planning projects, and consistently we found that those groups that worked with visualization outperformed those that did not use visualization. Okay. And also when we issued recall tests, those that worked with visualization were able to remember a lot more of what they had discussed and decided than those that had just a regular meeting. Mm-hmm. So we issued pre- and post-experimental surveys, and we also gave them tests to check what they had learned. We measured the output in terms of quantity and quality, and there the differences were quite significant. So I think we were able to show in realistic settings with realistic tasks that managers who work with visualization outperform those that work without.
Do you have a certain percentage of the group outperforming the other group?
We have a couple of percentage figures. One that stuck to my mind was that the managers who worked with visualization remembered up to 30% more of the knowledge that was being exchanged than those that work without visualization. And when it comes to, for example, sharing your experiences and in strategy implementation, that's important.
I can imagine. So thank you very much, Martin, for your insights in your research. It was very interesting to get these insights. And I think for many managers, this is a very important tool to apply in their daily business. So thank you very much for the conversation. This was Professor Martin Eppler of University of St.Gallen to his insights of his research, visualization of communication. For more information, please visit rocc.unisg.ch. Thank you very much.